welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, we are going to continue to build onto the living room built-ins. Last week, you guys saw me empty out the entire space and build out the carcasses for the bottom cabinets. If you missed that video, don't forget to go and check it out. This week, we are going to be building the drawer boxes, adding shelves, countertops, and baseboards. We have a lot of work to do, so let's go ahead and get started. I began by measuring the opening of my cabinets where I will be building the drawers, getting the width, length, and depth. Once I had all of my measurements determined, I went and cut everything down until I had all of my sides, fronts, backboards for all 6 drawers. Remember that both carcasses on each end are identical, so the measurements will be the same. Essentially, I am making 4 drawers that are the same and 2 other drawers that are the same as well. Determining the drawer measurements involves quite a bit of math, so I'll have to break that down for you at a later time. I feel like maybe it needs its own video, maybe even something like a quick short video. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. Next, I switched out my blade on the table saw to a stacked dado blade to be able to cut a 1/4 inch dado. I ran a scrap piece of wood first to determine the depth, and after the second pass, I was content with it. I wanted to quickly show you how the boxes will look when put together so you can visualize where I will be making. I created an assembly line and created dados along one end, 1/2 inch in, until I went through all of my drawer boards. I will be joining my boxes together with pocket holes, so I created pocket holes for the front and back pieces of each box. I cut out the bottom piece out of 1/4 inch plywood before putting it into the box and adding the back piece. I repeated this until all of my boxes were put together. In an effort to save on costs, I will be making these cabinets frameless, so I added some iron-on edge banding to cover the raw plywood edge. I removed any excess and then lightly sanded the edges. I installed the drawer slides next and added all of the drawers in. Next, I ripped down 12-inch wide boards using my circular saw and then cut the boards down to size using my miter saw. These boards I will be using for my shelves, and I initially wanted them to be 14 inches deep, but then I realized I could get 2 full shelves out of 1 sheet of plywood instead of 1.5, so I opted for 12 inches instead. I created pocket holes on the ends of my middle boards to join them all together. I made sure to measure and use a square when adding the middle board so I could ensure that they would all be straight. I marked all of the studs before securing the bases to the wall. And my manager made sure to double check my work. I added the base cabinets back onto the bases and once more found and marked the studs before securing those to the wall and to themselves. I measured and cut the baseboards and added those back. I used the same ones I had removed from the beginning. I ripped down another 3 boards of 3/4 inch plywood to use for the countertops and made sure to sand them down before adding them to the top of the cabinets. I secured them with some screws. Next, I ripped down a 1x2 into 3 equal 1/2 inch pieces and then added them to the raw plywood edge of the countertops. I did miter them to make sure and give them a more finished and professional look. To finish off the shelves, I added a face frame using 1x2s, and on the side that would be exposed towards the TV, I also framed it just to give it more character. I repeated these steps until both shelves were done and added them to the top. And this is how far we've come. I'm super excited to start building all of the doors and drawer fronts and adding all of the finishing touches so I can reveal the finished product for you. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on your post notification bell so you don't miss out. I love y'all, be kind, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.